Thank you for attending tonight's end of the year showcase. Yay! My name is Megan O'Connor Vince. Sometimes I go by OCV, Mrs. O'Connor, Mrs. Vince. You get the picture. Tonight, I have the honor of showcasing my students' work with all of you beautiful people here in the audience. Maybe you're watching at home. I'm so incredibly proud of these students. I can't wait for you to hear their work. This is my 10th year at Barnstable. I currently teach 8th grade Music Tech 1, Hip Hop Influences and Trends, which is a new class this year. I'm also the teacher advisor for Tri-M, for Hip Hop Club, and I also direct the jazz band after school. Shout out to my jazz cats. Whee! Previously, I've taught music history classes, such as History of Rock and Roll and History of Hip Hop, and music technology too. Tonight, you will be hearing a handful of selected works from Music Technology 1, Hip Hop Influences and Trends, and this semester's 8th grade Music Tech students. Last semester was in the first half of the year showcase. These students have worked incredibly hard this year on developing their musicianship, and it clearly shows. You can find all student work through my profile on SoundCloud at Mrs. O'Connor Vince. If you're curious about the music technology program at Barnstable, you can contact me via email, O'Connor_Megan at mybps.us, or you can follow Barnstable Music on Instagram, simply just Barnstable Music, or you can follow my teachergram at Mrs. OCV, one word. In Music Tech, students start learning composition using the Online Digital Audio Workstation, or DAW, Soundtrap. Students are instructed to create several songs using different forms, such as binary AB, ternary ABA, and song form. Song form has an ABA-CBB form, or verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, chorus. This is most commonly used in pop and rock music. The two examples you'll be hearing shortly are both in song form and come from my Semester 2 8th grade Music Tech class. These students exemplify this assignment incredibly well. Enjoy! The DNA Project is a way for students to be reflective on their own music listening. Students select 4 songs of their choice to analyze and showcase a part of their musical DNA, or music that has made a distinct impact on them and their musical journey. We have 2 examples, one in Portuguese and one in English, from my second semester 8th grade students.
O nome dessa música se chama Anos Luz, de Matuê. Eu escolhi ela porque eu escuto ela muito no dia a dia e tem uma batida muito boa.
Lama no copo pra gente vai sobrar. Quem não tava com a gente vai sobrar. E muito bagulho pra gente assobrar. Tive um déjà vu que nós entrava numa grife e assaltava tudo. Eu nunca deixo ela no tédio, alugo um privado e vamos para Búzios. Tem spa e um estúdio, vamos dominar o mundo. Avançamos anos-luz da 30, comandando tudo no futuro. Estamos anos-luz daquele lugar, nem sei como eu vim parar aqui. Tua língua eu não entendo, eu só sei que tu é chata e muito gata pra mim. Eu vim de lá, eu vim de longe de cá. Eu vim pra te ensinar que quando o beat dropa a gente nunca mais pode parar.
O nome dessa música é Clickbait, de Veig, e eu escolhi ela porque é uma das minhas favoritas do trap e porque eu acompanho o Veig desde o começo da sua carreira.
Mas ela só canta com atitude errada. Se cê mosca, cê vai sentir o bar carburando na night. Ela disfarça o olho vermelho com a tarde. Acha que ela é santa, cê acha o errado. O nego se acabou de cair no clickbait. Meus manos faz dinheiro demais. Meus manos faz dinheiro com site. A porra dessa grana pingando toda semana, parece até pensão do pai. O foda é que meu bonde sempre quer mais. Querendo ou não, um dia a casa cai. Por isso que eu moro nos prédios, se tenta derruba, meu mano, cê não vai ter paz. Desfilando na quebrada, moleque que até ontem não tinha nada. Hoje gasta na noite, e com joias pra gado. E quem tentou com ele hoje não arruma nada. Eu escolhi o carro pelo final da placa. O desvio na semana, eu menosão sem cara. Debaixo do banco que descansa a matraca. Mas ela só canta com atitude errada.
O nome dessa música se chama Ser Humano ou Anjo, de Matheus e Cauã. Eu escolhi essa música porque é uma das minhas favoritas do estilo sertanejo, que é muito popular e conhecida no Brasil.
Já caí, levantei, é você que me mantém de pé. Não preciso gritar, você vem me salvar. Você sente quando eu vou chorar. Parece não ser desse mundo, porque você sabe de tudo. Não sei se é ser humano ou se é um anjo. Exagero é falar de você. Passo meu tempo te admirando. Só queria saber se é ser humano ou se é um anjo. Diz aí, quero ouvir de você.
O nome dessa música se chama Camisa 10, da Turma do Pagode. Eu escolhi ela porque me lembra muito o Brasil e a sua cultura. O pagode é uma das coisas mais conhecidas do Brasil e é uma das coisas que eu mais ouço.
Tenta imaginar, não sei mentir. Meus olhos dizem mais que me aborda. Eu vejo que não tem saída. Esse teu jeito meio louca me faz feliz. Amor que vai durar pra toda a vida. Turma do pagode, então vai!
Não me separo de você, mulher. Esse é comigo.
Um dia me quiser, se não nega, se não eu vencer. Fico com você, fico com você.
Se não basta, eu vou dar
Camisa 10.
Tem convite
chose this song because Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of my favorite bands, and it's the band that made me want to learn and pick up my guitar again. Its opening riff is really nice to listen to. It makes you feel like you're in a whole nother world.
She keeps a Moet Chandon in a pretty cabinet. Anthony cake, she says, just like Marie Antoinette. Building a remedy for Khrushchev and Kennedy. At any time, an invitation you can't take.
Killer Queen by the band Queen is a really nice song to listen to because the vocals are just very satisfying. I feel like Freddie Mercury can hit almost any note he wants. And then the guitar solo is also really nice, and this song actually made me start getting into rock. It's also one of Queen's biggest hits, being number 8 in the charts.
Wanna try? To avoid complications, she never kept the same address. In conversation, she spoke just like a baroness. Middleman from China went down to gate. She might have been again.
Playing God by Polyphia is a really nice song by being an all-instrument band. It's very good and everything just fits together. Most only instrument bands are pretty unknown and not a lot of people like listening to them, but Playing God has over 300 million streams since it's released on August 6, 2021. September by Earth, Wind & Fire is such a classic song. I feel like most people know of the song with its iconic saxophone and horns opening, and the bass line is also very good, and everything else is also very good. It's one of my favorite songs and one of my favorite bands.
The next project is one of the most challenging projects students complete in Music Tech 1 and Hip Hop Influences and Trends, the Hip Hop Instrumental. Students create everything from scratch, so no loops and no pre-recorded audio. The process focuses on repetition, common instrumentation, and creating an authentic hip-hop beat that mimics the work of a modern-day producer. Students must include a beat pattern, a chord progression, a bass line, and a melody and/or hook. This project also acts as a basic introduction to music theory and chord progressions. Enjoy these stellar projects. Students study the relationship between lyrics and the instrumental music that supports the messaging in popular music. This project also gives students a real-life songwriting experience, thinking about messaging and the overall feeling of the song. Enjoy! Verse 1. People living, day-to-day suffering, mourning. When will it end? Children, teens, parents, why? Losing their lives to guns, hatred, why? Why should I worry about my future when other people die? Why should I be ashamed of my race? We are not a disgrace. I always look up to God and pray with tears in my face. Chorus. Why the hate? Why the violence? We should be united and be as one peacefully. Why the hate? Why the violence? We should be united and be as one peacefully. Verse 2. Vocalization. Mothers and fathers losing their children to gun violence. Shots being fired, being told to be quiet. Heart beating fast, palms getting sweaty. Hard to breathe, the voices making a riot. And then all of a sudden, you start to freeze. PTSD, therapy, what will become of me? Why do I have to live with such cruelty? Bridge, instrumental. Chorus. Why the hate? Why the violence? We should be united as one, peacefully. Verse 1. It's hard to get by when you're sick and in need. The cost of health care is beyond what we can feed. The system is broken. It's not hard to see. How can we fix it? How can we be free? Chorus. Health care. It's a basic right, a promise we made to each other to hold tight. We need to come together and make a change, a system that works for all, not just for the wealthy and the strange. Verse 2. The weight of the bills, it's hard to bear. The choices we make, it's not fair. We shouldn't have to choose between medicine and food. Our health is our wealth. It's our right to pursue. Bridge. It's time to put people first and not profits or gains. We need to heal the wounds and break the chains. The power is in our hands. We can make a difference. We can build a system that cares with love and persistence. The earth has seen some things, it's true, like the last ice age, what of you? But since then things have changed, it's plain. We're causing global warming, we must take the reins. Climate change is a historical fact. Let's come together, act and react. Joseph Fournier first had the thought, greenhouse gases trap heat. That's what he sought. The earth has seen some things, it's true, like the last ice age, what of you? But since then things have changed, it's plain. We're causing global warming, we must take the reins. Rising sea levels, heat waves and drought, climate change impacts we must figure out. We've got to reduce emissions, transition to a low carbon future, sustainable mission. Climate change is a historical fact. Let's come together, act and react. 400 years of people dealing with pain. Segregation. Blacks couldn't even ride the train. Blacks in the back. You know that was the rule. Separation of the two even happened in school. Say their names. Say their names. We're not playing around. We're not playing no games. Kids can't even run and play without the fear of their lives being taken away. BLM wasn't just a phase. People took the movement and ran with it, turned it into just a phrase. They said that's enough when justice wasn't made. Corrupted cops still can live out their days. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We need to see a change. We need to see decrease. Say their names, say their names. We're not playing around. We're not playing no games. Kids can't even run and play without the fear of their lives being taken away. Say their names, say their names. We're not playing around. We're not playing no games. Kids can't even run and play without the fear of their lives being taken away. We live in cruel society where violence and brutality is seen as endlessly, surrounded by folks who are unhappy about other skin colors being in their country, blacks and Hispanics being seen as targets in this society, anxiety being built up upon us wherever we go. These white folks always thinking we are up to no good, thinking we only belong in the hood. These white folks thinking we steal their jobs, but they the ones who don't work as much as we do, telling us to go back to our country, but we the ones who made their country better. Like what? Wishing this society was better, but we gotta fight together. Yeah, we gotta fight together. We gotta fight together. Yeah, we gotta fight together. We gotta fight together. This country was known to be safe, but it's all fake. We got to be careful walking down streets, or these police are on us. All we wanted was peace, but these folks don't bother to care about us. Once we're in police cars, we're seen as animals, but we gotta fight together. Yeah, we gotta fight together. We gotta fight together. Yeah, we gotta fight together. The last set of projects is what I call Freestyle Friday. Every Friday, students are provided with the opportunity to create their own music or musical project. Students create music, playlists, slideshow presentations, and podcasts of their choice, either individually or collaboratively. This model is borrowed from Google, where employees have 20% of their work time dedicated to passion projects. This also features one of my TAs who's been working alongside of one of my students who's had a different interest in Ableton and FL Studios, which are both different DAWs than Soundtrap. So the next project you'll see will look a little different in terms of the layout and what we've seen previously. This kind of shows the freedom that you can have in music tech and the ability to create openly without a lot of barriers. The whole point of music tech is just to get you to be creative and make music to express yourself. I hope you've enjoyed our end of the year music technology showcase. Remember to follow us on Instagram at Barnstable Music or myself, my teacher Graham, at Mrs. OCV. We can't wait to see you in the lab. Thank you. Take care.